it going, everybody? I am Husky's Ghost, bringing you an episode of I really don't have a name for these kind of series, do I? It's just kind of a, oh dear. How is it going, everybody? I'm doing good. Hopefully you guys are doing good as well. So, some of you may have already seen it on my previous episode of Creepy Butcher Gaming, that a specific item was in my hands. I kind of figured, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and talk, just do a video about it right now. It's been 1 month since the launch of the Nintendo Switch happened, and I've been pretty quiet about it. The last Switch video I actually did was, my discussion video with a friend of mine about how our ideas, and what our thoughts were about the presentation and stuff like that. Well, behold, it's finally out. I finally got my Nintendo Switch, actually not too long ago. I was unfortunately unable to get it pre-ordered on time, so I was actually one of the people that actually had to wait off just a little bit, so I did miss the first wave, but I believe it was the second or third wave. I finally found this at my local Walmart. It was by absolute chance, actually, because I didn't expect to get the Switch as soon as I did right now, but they had it there, I had the money, so I'm like, what the hell? So yeah, just look at this thing. This was something that we used to call the Nintendo NX. And we're holding it. It's out. People have it. There's still people out there trying to get one. It's also kind of sad. Some of you have been following my channel for quite a while. Some of you might remember a little series I used to do called the Wii U Countdown. Some of you may not even know what the heck I'm talking about. What I will tell you, there was a time before the launch of the Nintendo Wii U, I covered an entire month, a month from release of the Wii U, where I did a countdown list and just talking about Nintendo topics. What I think the Wii U will be like, what I think the feature will be like, the details, the specs, all that awesome stuff. That's everything Nintendo related, just to hype up the release of the Nintendo Wii U. And then the day it happened, I did an unboxing of the Wii U, and it was a good console for what it was, and it's pretty depressing that all this hype that I had for it turned out to be a console that just wasn't as successful as a lot of Nintendo fans, such as myself, hoped it to be. And you know what? I won't hang around the bush. I'll admit, the Wii U was a failure. But it was what it was. And you know what? I think there were some moments on the Wii U that, I did enjoy. I did wish it had the attention more than it deserved. It did deserve more attention. It did deserve a little more praise for what it was, because it was something very different. I mean, we have to admit, it was really different for being a home console. But, you know what, I can completely understand why the Wii U failed, and you know what, I won't mope around about it. It was what it was. It had its good games, it had its life, but it's time to move on. Now, on my reaction video of the Nintendo Switch when it was revealed, I did say, this is what the Wii U should have been, and I still stick to that point. So, you know what, for the time I've been having with the Switch, I figured now's the time to make a video discussing, my thoughts about the Switch itself and what I'm hoping for the future for it. So, as I mentioned, I finally got a Switch by chance at my local Walmart. I did, got a carrying case for the Switch so I could be able to take it on the go without having much troubles with it. And I do have a good selection of games to go with. I got The Binding of Isaac, 1-2 Switch, Lego City Undercover, which is a good game. I played this on the Wii U. It was one hell of a good Lego game, so that's why I got it again. And of course, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And I will tell you something, I've never been big on Zelda games, and I did play Ocarina of Time for the first time on the 3DS, and I wasn't able to finish it, but I did like what I played on there, but I was never able to finish it. And for Zelda, I wasn't too hyped about it because again, I'm just not much for Zelda. But you know, this game is pretty much blowing me away right now. I have to say, this game deserves the reviews it's getting. And I know there's that weird argument about The Legend of Zelda and Horizon Zero Dawn about, you know, the two colliding, which one's better than the other because they both sold at the same time. For me, not being too big on Zelda, I gotta say, this game has impressed me a little bit more. But don't get me wrong, Horizon Zero Dawn is still a phenomenal, beautiful game. And I love the fact that it's taking place in Colorado. Colorado is where I grew up with, you know, so a lot of the places, you know, shown off in this game hits me like a ton of bricks. Horizon is still a great game, but I can tell they put a little more effort onto Zelda. So if we're going to talk about, you know, effort-wise, Zelda, hands down. So enough about that. That's just your guys' idea how much of the Switch I played a little bit. And I also have, you know, Snake Pass on digital, and as well as Fast, that racing F-Zero kind of game. So I had, you know, I played it quite a bit. I played it on dock mode, I played it on handheld mode, I took it with me to some places, you know. I kind of set it like a tablet by itself, took the Joy-Cons out, you know, so I tested every nick and canny. And I know that some people have some issues with the Switch about the Joy-Cons, you know, not doing so well. I haven't had any issues with the left, but the right I did have some connectivity issues while I was testing out the connectivity. But it hasn't become an issue during gameplay, so thankfully that's good. Because if it was, I would have sent a Nintendo for them to, you know, fix it. But as of right now, it hasn't bothered me at all. So now to the main point of the video. Where do we go from here? The Nintendo Switch is out, and there's two questions that roams along above our heads, I'm sure. Will this be a repeat of the Wii U? Or is this a new successor that Nintendo is going to make a big profit for? Now, if you look back at the Nintendo Wii, that console was phenomenal. Okay, you cannot deny the fact that it sold like, you know, fresh lesbian porn that just, you know, that featured, I don't know, Megan Fox. But the point being, the Wii sold really well, and some people, you know, think, will there ever be a console that will sell as great as the Wii did? And, you know, according to some people and sources and such, some people are theorizing the Switch might be that console. Now, there's a few things I do want to, you know, mention. Is that, you know, some people are freaking out saying, oh, pre-orders are sold out, you can't find it anywhere. That's what happened with the Wii U as well. The Wii U sold out on pre-orders pretty quickly. I was able to get the deluxe version before that sold out, and it was hard to find within a little bit. But then Wii U started popping up everywhere, and they're just kind of laying there. And that's the first sign of a big uh-oh what's going on. Now for the Nintendo Switch, I was pretty lucky to get mine, because the next day when I went back to that Walmart, all of them were gone. And then the next few days later, they had another restock of Nintendo Switches. One of them had the Neon version. Wish I had that one instead. But I know you could buy the Neon, you know, Joy-Con separately, so it's not really a big deal. But still, I saw another stock of Nintendo Switches. What's I saying? Wii U's? Nintendo, this is what you do to me. But I did see more Switches, you know, and the next day they were, boom, they were all gone. They were sold out quick. This was something I never really experienced with the Wii U. That every time when I saw stocks of the console of the Wii U, they were still there. The Switch, on the other hand, were gone within, you know, the next couple minutes. And it's really, really, really satisfying to hear that the Switch is selling a lot more better than what the Wii and Wii U did. And apparently they're saying it's the best-selling Nintendo console ever. As of launch, at least. So that's really good stuff, and this is beginning to be a really, really, really good sign for the Nintendo Switch. I'm really hoping it's going to be a successor, because this is a console that everybody needs to have. It's a home console that you could be able to take with you on the go without any hassle almost. No hustle. Just it's easy. So, you know what? The Switch is doing good. That's good. But to be able to avoid the Wii U crisis that happened, we need to focus on one thing that the Switch desperately needs. Games. Now, when we looked at the Wii U presentation, it's no secret, a lot of good games are coming out for it. For example, Legend of Zelda did come out on launch day, which was a really good move on Nintendo. It's really good to have Zelda come out the same day as the Switch. Because if it wasn't for this game, I'm pretty sure half to 75% of those sales of the Switch probably would have been sliced. And there's another argument I could actually go ahead and say that 1-2 Switch, really Nintendo, you couldn't just bundle this in with the system. Yes, I did pay full price for this, but I can't really say that I regret it because it is pretty fun. And I do have my family, jump in and play once in a while. And I do have a couple friends, So it's not like I completely wasted this on myself because I'm not a loner. But games, such as Lego City Undercover and The Binding of Isaac, these games is something the Switch needs, okay? Third-party support. Wii U lacked third-party support like it was the plague, okay? Like, everybody abandoned ship. I'm pretty sure that could be a little bit because the hardware, the Wii U was hard to develop thanks to the gamepad, and plus sales were just not that impressive. I know there's a lot of people right now, a lot of developers, third-party developers, willing to help with the Switch and make games for it. And so far there's, over 80 to 100 games right now in development for the Switch by third party. And that's a good sign. But that's the same thing that happened with the Wii U. So we just hope that this success keeps going for the Switch and third-party developers do not abandon ship this time. But the other thing is, and this does fall in the same category as games, Nintendo, please listen to the demand of your customers. Listen to the demand of your fans. And one of those demands is something that we've been asking for since the Wii U. Give us a legitimate virtual console that offers GameCube games. Now, I know the only problem about having GameCube games as a virtual console for the Nintendo Switch is the analogs. As you know, as the GameCube controller, it did have a trigger analogs that actually did sometimes have an effect on gameplay for GameCube games. But since the GameCube had passed on, it's always been just regular clicks. So I know that some games are going to rely on that sensitive, analog triggers, and maybe Nintendo will probably make some kind of GameCube Switch controller. That might help out some stuff. You did it for Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U, so why not try to do some kind of GameCube controller for the Switch? But the main point of that is that just please bring GameCube games to the virtual console for Nintendo Switch. I would love to play Super Mario Sunshine or Luigi's Mansion on the go, or Metroid Prime. The GameCube had a phenomenal library. The GameCube, even though as much as, failure as it was still one of my all-time favorite consoles ever. And I do mean that aside with the PlayStation 2. And there's just a lot of games on there I liked. Super Monkey Ball, Sonic Adventure DX, Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin 2. Oh boy, you can name a lot. Heck, it'd be also awesome if you're able to bring, Pokemon Colosseum and Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness. Those are my most favorite Pokemon games ever. Yes, I am saying those are better than those handheld games. Even though I do like the handheld, original gym battle Pokemon games, I did like the GameCube games a little bit more. But bring those too, that would be awesome. Bring those on the go. Add some touch-ups, make them upscale to, 1080p. Add some extra functionalities to it, it'd be kind of cool if you'd be able to, I don't know, well, I can't really say for Pokemon, do trades, wirelessly, but unless they add something to it. But GameCube games is definitely a must-have thing for the Switch because a lot of people are asking for it. You better do it. And I know there's rumors going on saying that they're actually doing Sunshine Luigi's Mansion and Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo Switch on the Virtual Console. You know what? I believe that. I do. A little iffy with the Melee thing though. So, you know, where are we seeing the Switch from here now is very cloudy. I do hope that the Switch does succeed. I really do hope it becomes, you know, a big deal console as the Wii was. It's a really cool idea. I love the idea you could customize, you know, your controls to 3 different styles on either a grip mode or side, or you could just take them off and play it comfortably. Tablet mode, you know, there's almost endless possibilities how you could be able to play the Switch now. So yes, I do have the Switch, guys. I'm loving it right now. I really am loving it. I'm actually enjoying it a little more than I did with the Wii U. I just kind of hope more games are able to come. I know Super Mario Odyssey is on the way. Splatoon 2, oh, I'm excited for Splatoon 2. And you know what? Let's just make the Switch a good one. There's a lot of other people out there that's excited for the next Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. It's just, this is going to be a good year for now. And there is still E3 coming. Hopefully they announce Super Smash Bros. For Switch. So with that said, yes, I do have a Switch, guys. I just want to give my thoughts out currently on the Switch. What do you guys think? Do you think the Switch has a good feature ahead of its time right now? Or do you think the Switch might also be the next Switch U? Until next time, guys. Catch you later. God, man, it's pretty sexy looking.